Genocide by Shem or Kodash. Peace and blessings to the elders, apostles, a great millstone who taught us this truth and rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim, put on as the elect, striving for perfection and that crown of righteousness. This is your brother Kassad out of Great Millstone, Austin, coming out of the branch of Houston. Land backing off the last message going into genocide. And I'm going to play a clip and get a few scriptures and some definitions. All right? Because we're going to get into it. You know, the so-called Christian or the black person walking this planet doesn't believe in reading, doesn't believe in studying. They have their eyes closed and their nose up in the air. All right? Walking around stupid as hell when it comes down to it, man. Not trying to learn or better themselves. All right? So in that, they repeat everything that happens. All right? Which happened in history. They're in the same cycle of destruction. All right? That these Israelites have always been inside
of discrimination in admitting refugees. One Congo native saying he was discriminated against while trying to board a train out of Ukraine. Take a listen.
They even told us, like, we are going to give you guns and you're going to fight for Ukraine. I said, hi. We're going to fight for Ukraine? We are not Ukrainian. We are black. So how can we fight? How can we fight for Ukraine? If we fight for Ukraine, we are going to die first because we are black. One day we see that, oh, look.
Right? So it's such a normalcy of the situation. All right? Everybody knows that black comes with a stigmata. All right? We understand that it represents evil, wickedness, and basically worthlessness when it comes down to it, to label yourself black, man. All right? That's what your slave owner, master, has labeled you, and this is what you're proud to be. You're black and you're proud. And this is the most ridiculous thing you can do, you know, as you know, referring to your identity. It's referred to you as a crayon in a box, man. That's bullshit, right?
Genocide.
All right. Genocide. The deliberate killing of a large number of people from a particular nation or ethnic group with the aim of destroying that nation or group, you know, is preferred to genocide. A couple more definitions is killing members of the group, causing serious bodily or mental harm to members of the group, deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. And what you see going on is in part, all right? Imposing measures intended to prevent birth within the group. That's sterilization. We've been dealing with, you know, illegal forms of sterilization since the conception of this so-called America, man. Way over 300 something years. All right. They've been controlling the methods of birth, you know, with this group, which are the 12 tribes of Israel. All right. The blacks, the so-called Negroes, the so-called blacks, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and the Native Americans, man. They have been trying to control them in every aspect of life. All right. They called it once chattel slavement. All right. When they control your mind, body, and soul. All right. You are a possession. And that's how they treated you. And that's how they still want to treat you. All right. They want you to believe everything they say and stuff, man. And we at that time and point, 2022, that's just not going to happen, man. All right. With people who are well functioning individuals and not sedated with the bullshit of Babylon. All right. Imposing measures intended to prevent births with the group, forcibly transferring children of the group to another group and stuff. And they do that last one, by the school system. All right. You have to give your kids over to the school system or it's a crime in this country. All right. If you don't put your kids in this school, you will be charged with a crime, man. And that's giving your kids over to this damn group to be taught all their bullshit that they teach in these schools, man. Because they're not only teaching They teaching nothing but bullshit. All right, this is Psalm 64 and 8. They encourage themselves in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privately. They say, who shall see them? They search out iniquities. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them, and the heart is deep. But Yahweh shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded. And that's a beautiful thing, man. At the end of the day, Yahweh has our back, man. He is angry with the wicked every day. All right. His son, his right hand, is coming with judgment for their asses. All right. For all the atrocities and the so-called secretness of societies that they have going on, that they've been doing behind closed doors and closets. The Lord has heard it all and seen it all, man. And he's coming with vengeance, man. And then he's going to reveal it all to us, what they've been doing. And then we're coming with vengeance after that, man. And in 8, Psalm 64 and 8. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away and stuff. And you, through this history, through these outlets of researching, man, their own tongue is falling upon them. All right. Because you have 1948ers, the people who call themselves the people, of the Bible, who are not, complaining about mistreatments. All right. Complaining about how they've been treated, all this time. And in actuality, we know that this wasn't nearly the truth at all, man. You have not been treated as though you was a scum of the earth. You have not been, subjugated on all aspects of life, at the end of the day. All right. And kept down into a lower position. Right. And called something that you're not. You've always been referred to as Jewish people, man. All right. This is Zondervan's Bible Dictionary. Right. And this is written by a Jew. This is Ham, the definition of Ham, and who Ham was in the Bible, the youngest son of Noah, born probably about 96 years before the flood, and one of the 8 persons to live through the flood. He became the progenitor of the dark races, not the Negroes, but the Egyptians, Ethiopians, Libyans, and the Canaanites. All right. So right here inside of this book that you refer to us as, in the day-to-day, this society refers to us as Ham. All right. Noah's dark son or whatever, but in their own book, it's going to confound their own selves, man, because it says clearly that we are not of Ham's seed line, man. And that's a beautiful thing and stuff. This is Nuremberg laws. And it talks about how the Nazis were influenced by U.S. Jim Crow laws and stuff, man. So the U.S. Jim Crow laws were instated way before the Nuremberg laws ever existed inside of Nazi Germany or whatever. And the Nazis are nothing but the little brother of the KKK, man. All right. This is KKK gathering. The Klux Klan was founded at the end of the United States Civil War to repress the rights and freedoms of African Americans, another byword that we were given, all right, slave owners. Even after 150 years, it is still an active domestic terrorist organization. So this is how we know that you clearly do not care, all right, because if it's a terrorist organization, you would have got rid of it a long time ago. But instead, they're still in existence, still organizations. I believe in the 1923s, their net worth was at $15 million, man. All right. That's a lot of money for the 1920s. All right. And it's all been documented. So Nazis came over here to learn from their bigger brothers, the KKK. All right. Which was created once again. Ku Klux Klan was founded on December 24th, 1865, man. So they've been in existence and raising hell a long time now towards the so-called Negro in the 12 tribes of Israel, man. All right. And continuing on, this is why they want to call you black, man. All right. Because it refers to wicked or evil, gloomy and stuff like that, man. Absent of light. Negro as well. Right. It refers to gloomy, unlucky, bad, wicked. All right. And stuff. And this is what they will prefer to call you. And that's a form of genocide when it comes down to it, man. All right. Let's go into their Holocaust right quick, since we're talking about genocide. The Holocaust, also known as the Shoah, was the genocide of European Jews during World War II. between 1941 and 1945. You see, you've already lost me. It's between 1941 and 1945. Nazi Germany and its collaborators systematically murdered some 6 million Jews. Wow. All right. Go into this right quick. And this goes into genocide of the Negroes again. All right. By the time of this country's civil war in 1861, 8 generations of black children were born, grew up, toiled, and died as the property of white adults and children, right? Slaves worked at hard labor from sunup to sundown for no pay, 6 or 7 days a week. They were frequently whipped and suffered other cruel punishment at their owner's whim, all right? They were not allowed to learn reading, writing, or arithmetic. They were poorly fed, housed, and clothed. Many of their daughters, sisters, and wives were raped, so were their sons, brothers, and fathers. Many saw their children, spouses, parents, siblings, and friends sold away. For 246 years, there was no hope of an end to their suffering. And we can continue, and we can say, and that's continuing on out here, man, because there's no hope to the to this. But these, what's written inside these scriptures, man, right? Because the Lord is coming to deliver us out of here. This is last but not least. All right. This is Romans 9:25, and we'll start at 26. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power. Esaias also cried concerning Israel, through the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. Shalom.